Yo, what's going on, good people? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy LLB. I hope you're all having a really great day. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a bit guilty because like the past few weeks have just been crazy busy. I've just been sort of bouncing all over the place doing sessions and yeah, basically just trying to film those things for you. But today I want to make something that's actually super valuable, not just kind of like vibes, you know, something valuable and just something you can actually go ahead and apply to your own beats to make them better. And yeah, I thought what I'd do is just break down a really easy way to mix your beats, just get them sounding really hard, get the drums knocking nice and hard. And you don't actually need any expensive plugins to do this. You can actually do this with stock plugins. So yeah, we're gonna dive into this one today, man. This is gonna be all stock plugins, so if you want to get your drums to smack, then this is the tutorial for you. So yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, let's get into this thing. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail about arranging the beat, making the beat, or any of that stuff. I'm just gonna get straight into the mixing gems and just show you exactly how to get those drums hitting nice and hard and just have the beat sounding nice and loud very quickly, very easily. So let me get into this. So I've got this beat right here. It's pretty banging, to be fair, but you can see obviously this thing's clipping. It's clipping like crazy. 808's way clipping. Everything's just, yeah, it's just too clipped and it sounds kind of muddy. So what we need to do first is get all our sounds in the mixer like this, like super easy. If you don't know how to do all this, just come into your pattern maker, get all your sounds, just highlight them all like this. Come into your mixer, right click, channel routing, and then just select route to selected channel starting from this track, and it'll just drop all the sounds in like this, like I've done right here. But make sure it's kind of organized. I like to have the melody sat at the front, then I put the 808, and then just put all the drums, and then all like the sound effects and transitions at the end, just to keep it nice and organized, just so I know where everything is. But yeah, once we got all the sounds in the mixer, then I'm just going to reduce all the levels to like -6 dB. So I'm just going to highlight all the sounds in the mixer like this, and I'm just going to reduce the levels so that the loudest sound in the beat, which 9 times out of 10, if you're a trap producer, then it's going to be the 808. Make sure that that's just hitting at like -6 dB, okay? So the loudest sound is going to be hitting at -6 dB. Okay, just under -6 dB. It doesn't have to be exact, but yeah, that's close enough. So we got the beat hitting under -6 dB. Now nothing's clipping, so it doesn't matter what we do on the master. When it comes to bouncing this thing out, especially with the stems, it's going to be good because none of those stems are going to be clipped. Now there's two ways you can go about leveling the beat, okay? Now you can do it by ear, which if you've been mixing your own beats for a while, you can kind of get away with, but the easiest way to do it is to use pink noise, okay? I don't know the actual technical way to explain why this works, but I think pink noise just comes through at a certain frequency that when you level each sound individually with that pink noise playing, it basically tells you when a specific sound is loud enough. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm just going to show you how to do this. Just follow my lead, alright? So I'm going to pull in some pink noise. Just go on YouTube and find some pink noise. It's not too hard to find pink noise. Put this into the mixer as well. I've got it in already. And yeah, I'm just going to pull the pink noise up to -6 dB as well, just to match the 808. Okay, that's good. Now all we're going to do is just go through and solo each sound and adjust the level of each sound to the point where we can only just hear that specific sound on top of the pink noise, okay? That's the easiest way I can explain it. So, okay, so let's start things off with the 808. Okay, I can just hear that. Let's go with the clap. Okay, that's good. Hi-hat. Okay, good. Snare. Okay, good. Open hat. Good. Crash. Nice. Melody. Okay, that's good. I think I put a couple of top melodies in here as well. Okay, sounds good. And then the last thing is just the transitions that I put in right here. Okay, just hear that. Okay, so we've got everything levels. Now let's just see what this sounds like with the pink noise turned off. It should sound fairly well leveled now. That's pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Now the one thing I can hear is this pluck that I put in is kind of coming through just a little bit too loud, so I'm just going to turn that down ever so slightly. That sounds good. 9 times out of 10, it's normally the melody that's slightly too loud, or there's some elements in there that sound a little bit too loud. But yeah, that's good, man. I'm happy with that. Now we can actually get onto the master and actually make this thing sound super loud, get that really nice hard clipped sound. So the first thing that I'm going to do before I do anything is just add an EQ. I like to use the Pro EQ, but if you've only got the parametric EQ too, then that's cool too. So I'll add this, and I just like to bump up the highs a bit, just give it some nice brightness. Okay, that sounds good. Doesn't need a whole lot, just a little bit of a boost on the highs. Then what I'm going to do is come in with a fruity limiter. You can use a soft clipper for this, but visually it's way easier and you've got more control using the limiter. And before I do anything, I'm just going to turn the attack down, release down, and the sustain. And then all I'm going to do is play the loudest part of the beat, reduce the ceiling, and I'm just going to take off some of those transients, and it's going to really give it a nice clipped sound. Okay, that's sounding kind of hard, but it's got that really nasty, like crunchy clipped sound. So the way to get rid of that is just come in with this saturation knob that's next to the ceiling knob and just pull it down until you get rid of that nasty, like clipped sound. Okay, that's sounding good. And then all that's left to do is bring the levels back up to 0 dB. I'm just going to come in now and open another fruity limiter. Don't do this in the same fruity limiter because that's going to mess with the amount that this beat gets clipped. Come into a fresh fruity limiter, pull the attack down, pull the sustain down, and pull the release down, but not all the way. Just literally leave the release up just a tiny bit. And then once you've done that, just come over to the gain knob on the left and just turn the volume back up to 0 dB. You'll know when you've gone too far because you'll start seeing some clipping at the top. You'll notice that this gain meter right here, this purple bar, is kind of going off screen, so you can't actually see if you've clipped again or not. So if that's the case, then just pull the gain up a little bit, open another fruity limiter, and then you can actually see if you've clipped too much. Okay, that's not too bad, but I'm going to come back into this first limiter that we used to clip the beat, and I'm just going to ease off a little bit. It sounds a little bit too crunchy for my liking. Okay, that's sounding pretty good to me. The only thing that's kind of sticking out to me now is that the melody sounds a little bit too loud. So you can just go in and add a few more slight adjustments to the levels in case things do sound a bit too loud or too quiet. So yeah, I'm just going to just turn the melody down a little bit. Alright, and that's it, man. That's it. That's literally all you need to do to get those beats sounding nice and hard. Try to follow these steps as closely as possible, but at the same time, if something doesn't sound right, then trust your own ear. If the melody's sounding too loud, using the strategy that I just said, turn it down a little bit. If sounds aren't sounding right, if you once you follow these steps, then just go in and add small tweaks to make them right, you know? It does come with a bit of practice, but once you get the hang of it, it really just becomes quite easy. And the best thing about this is that when you come to bounce this thing out, the stems won't be clipped, the beat will sound nice and loud, and you can always just go back into the project, take the limiter off in case the artist just wants the unmastered beat instead of having, you know, that full loud beat for when they're recording in their vocals. So yeah, I hope this one was helpful. A lot of you guys that watch these videos aren't subscribed, so it really does help the channel when you do subscribe. It really does help. So yeah, go ahead and do that. I hope you guys have a really great day, and I'll see you in the next one.